I'm Dr. Angela McBurdy of DoctorFlute.com, and today's flute tip is on adding vibrancy to your tone. Vibrancy is something that I discovered when I was in college, and I was listening to older flute players, the graduate students, and I was thinking there's something that's different about their tone that I don't have. And I kept listening to that thinking, okay, what is it about their tone and how can I get that? And I was taking voice lessons at the same time and in choir, and would hear about sopranos and how sopranos don't really talk about vibrato so much as they do talk about spin. And I started to take that concept of spin and say, I think maybe that is what I'm missing in my tone. I like to call it vibrancy. It's making your tone alive and living. But really, I think it's the spin that sopranos talk about. When they sing, especially up high, they're not talking about vibrato. Vibrato, as I think of it, would be too slow. The wave would be too slow in that tone. The frequency is going faster. So you need to have more of a spin inside that sound rather than a vibrato, which I think of as a little slower. So I went home over Christmas break one year and said, I'm going to figure this out. And I came back to school and I figured it out. I had a student even say, like an oboe friend of mine saying, holy cow, where did you get that wicked vibrato? And I thought, well, I did figure it out. It was so exciting to me that I actually went home on my own and said, I'm going to change my tone. I'm going to do something different with it. But one of the best exercises to do that is with Moyse's, in his book De la Sonorité, the short tones exercise. It's on page 16. And they are fantastic for developing it. I used this one specifically and said, you know what? I'm just going to make these short tones and have spin on this note. He writes about them and says, do them in these 4 different ways. I'm not going to do them all 4, but this is one of the ways he says to do them, and just play each note separate. So I decided that, a short tone you can't have vibrato on. It's too short. But I can make it vibrant. I can make it alive. So I can't go da with vibrato. I have to go da, dee, da, 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 and have just a little bit of a shake, a bit of a vibrato. I guess it would be a vibrato of sorts. It's just a real fast spin on each note. It's also good to do it another way that Moyse suggests, and that is to play the first note and slur it into the second note, but the second one you keep really short, so that you have to put vibrato on that too, or the spin. So you're keeping your notes really short, but you're making them alive. And that is something that definitely separates the amateur from the professional. You figure that out, you hear it, and you say, I need to do that in my tone, because that's going to make my tone sound a notch above where it used to sound. So get Moyse's De la Sonorité. Check out the short tones exercise and start working on them to gain vibrancy in your tone. Make it come alive. That's today's flute tip. If you like today's flute tip, press the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, and comment below.